Okay, so let's get into real estate now. All right? Now that I clear out your mind and set you in the right path, let's talk about real estate being the vehicle to get you there. Okay, and so how many of you guys are brand new to real estate investing? And when I say brand new, it means that you haven't done a deal before. And Jim, you can't be raising your hand for brand new. I have a good friend and one of my private lenders in the room with us. And so very, very good to have you, Jim. For those of you who are in Houston, definitely want to hook up with him. He's a wealth of information, of knowledge. I mean, he's been around for quite some time, and like I said, he's one of the private lenders here. So it's good, definitely good to have him as one of your resources. Mm-hmm. Jim Koss. Jim, can you stand up so everybody can see you, sir? Awesome. Thank you for coming. Okay. All right. Where was I? Wholesaling. So how many of you guys haven't done at least one deal yet? Okay. Right. Any real estate deal. Not wholesaling. Okay. How many of you guys are sort of new to the whole idea of wholesaling? Oh wow, good portion of you. Good. Okay. Well, wholesaling is pretty simple. It's just like in the retail space of you have the manufacturer, and then you have the wholesaler, and then the wholesaler sells it to the retail stores. It's similar way in real estate. In our case, the manufacturer is our seller, who the property owner. Okay, and we are the wholesaler. Unlike retail, where they have to buy those products and stock them, in the wholesaling real estate, we control real estate with a contract. That's the powerful thing about real estate, is that you just control them. You don't have to actually own it. And then you immediately resell it to another buyer. Okay, so that's what wholesaling is. And just put it on. So you find it, you control it, you flip it, and then you repeat the process. It's that simple. Okay. Now, there's two strategies that we talk about today. One is on wholesale. When we say wholesaling, normally we refer to that as for fixer-uppers, handyman special type of houses. But wholesaling can also be for pretty houses as well. That's when we sell it to an owner-occupant buyer instead of another investor. Okay. So yeah, wholesaling is nothing more than finding a bargain price property, controlling it, then immediately resell it at a higher price to a bargain hunter. Your wholesale profit is the difference between the difference of the spread between the contracted price and your sales price. So let's say the value of the property is $100,000, and you got it under contract for $60,000, and you sell it for $70,000 to another buyer. So your wholesale fee or your profit is $10,000 from that deal. It's just that simple. Okay, wholesaling is the it's definitely among the fastest way for you to get paid in real estate. with no money out of pocket. This is not the same thing as zero down, where you actually buy the house with zero down. Here you don't buy the house at all, so you have no money into the deal, and you don't, nobody's checking your credit because you're not buying it. You're not taking title under your name. You're simply just gonna flip it to another buyer, and the reason why some people don't, I mean, wholesaling, I suggest that everyone who starts out new to start with wholesaling. I don't recommend for new investors to start out rehabbing. I don't recommend for them to start out holding rental properties. Start out by wholesaling. Make that consistent income. Then you can expand into other strategies, such as holding rental properties, such as rehabbing. But until you are able to master that and make that consistent income, then I would say to stick with wholesaling. The benefit of you sticking with wholesaling is this, okay? Wholesaling is about doing in volume. So not so much making a lot of money on one deal, it's making a little bit of money on many deals. And in order for you to do many deals, you have to get really good with finding those deals and controlling them. And so when you master wholesaling and you get into other strategies, it gives you a lot of the experience that you need to be able to succeed in any of the other strategies. Because you know how to find them easily. You know how to get rid of them easily. Okay, so that's the huge benefit into wholesaling. And the only reason why people shy away from it, the only reason why when I first started, my first deal wasn't a wholesale deal, is because I was greedy. I wanted the whole thing. I got this house, had tons of equity, and I said, look, the worst thing that can happen is I'll break even on this house because it has so much equity. Well, I went through like 3 months. It was just in rehabbing the darn thing. Went through 3 sets of contractors. I mean, tons and tons of headaches. I still end up, because the house had so much equity, I still ended up ahead. But that was a huge learning experience. And if that house didn't have that much equity, I would, I might have lost money in the deal. And it took a long time to get paid. And when you're unemployed and don't have any income coming in, waiting for it to get paid like that, it wasn't fun at all. Totally wasn't fun. I suggest that all of you start out wholesaling, get really good at it before you venture into other types of other exit strategies. Okay.